Triangulation is a tactic that narcissists use to inflict abuse. If gaslighting is the abuser's number one favourite tool, it's my belief that triangulation is their second. So let's dive into what it is, why they use it, and how they use this tactic. Welcome to the Divorce Sanctuary. I'm Elizabeth, author of Finding Lily and the A to Z of Emotional Abuse. On this channel, I'm dedicated to helping you heal from emotional abuse. Recovering from emotional abuse can feel like a long and difficult journey, but it doesn't have to be that way, and I want to show you how and support you every step of the way. This is a safe space where you can find the words and the terms you may discover along your journey, as well as practical tips and tools to help you heal. I'm on a personal mission to empower you with the knowledge and resources you need to move forward, to rebuild your life and create a brighter future. So, whether you're just at the beginning or you're well on the way, here I aim to offer guidance, support and encouragement. Remember, healing is possible. You're not alone. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you. Triangulation is a tactic that narcissists use to inflict abuse. So if gaslighting is their favourite number one tool, it's my personal belief that triangulation is their second. When I heard the explanation from a therapist that I was seeing at the time, this was after the breakdown of a relationship, it stopped my thoughts. I asked him to explain it several times. As the information dropped in piece by piece, each time he explained it, a different relationship would flash before me. Now, he was using the drama triangle. The drama triangle is a psychological model that describes a common pattern of dysfunctional behaviour that people can fall into in interpersonal relationships. The model was first developed by psychologist Stephen Karpman in the 1960s. The drama triangle involves three roles. There's the victim, the persecutor, and the rescuer. And in this dynamic, the victim feels helpless and powerless, and they may seek out a rescuer to save them. The rescuer then comes in, they take on the responsibility of helping the victim, but may also become controlling or condescending. This can then lead the victim to feel resentful and become a persecutor, lashing out at the rescuer. The persecutor then reinforces the victim's sense of helplessness, and this cycle repeats. A drama triangle can be seen in a variety of contexts, and it can be a helpful tool for identifying unhelpful patterns of behaviour and working to break those cycles. But when I started to look further into this dynamic and the dynamic of triangulation in emotionally abusive relationships, I found it was more manipulative, and let me explain more. The definition of triangulation is talking about one person to another person, so to keep them from directly communicating with each other. A simple definition of triangulation is one individual attacking, discrediting or smearing and abusing another person with the use of a third party. Emotional abusers have a toolbox. Triangulation is just one of them. Triangulation is easy for the abuser, and it takes little thought. It comes like second nature to them. It can occur in any relationship, including family, friendships, romantic, and in the workplace. Triangulation is where a toxic or manipulative person, often a person with high narcissistic traits, brings in a third person into a relationship in order to maintain control over another person. There is limited or no communication between the two triangulated people. It will be done through the master manipulator, and they play these people against each other. It's a very highly effective strategy. It creates conflict, and it manufactures unfamiliar emotions like jealousy. Triangulation happens in families, and I'll link my video on the narcissistic mother and the scapegoat in the description box below. The emotionally abusive or toxic or controlling parent expects everything to be done their way, and if that doesn't happen, they need someone to take the blame. As with other emotional abusers, it's never going to be their fault. The designated scapegoat is the child that is held responsible for everything, and by allocating this role, the emotional abusive parent can then just focus on the one child who seems to ruin it for everyone or should know better. There's the other dynamic of the golden child. The golden child's idolized. They can do no wrong, whereas the scapegoat is devalued. They take the blame for everyone. The golden child is picked to gain supply. They're the child that the parent can boast about. They get their supply from the child's achievements. The golden child usually takes this model into adulthood. They're unlikely to understand the effect that their emotionally abusive parent has had on them. They won't see the patterns. And the children within that unit are pitted against each other. And this is where the triangulation takes place. And it's not just limited to families. In a romantic relationship, the master manipulator will introduce another person into their relationship. They create confusion. They create jealousy. They may use the people of the opposite sex. It can be of the same sex. And you might even know this person. They might be an old friend of theirs. They may be an old lover, a colleague. And the master manipulator uses something that you have, maybe an insecurity, and they use it against you. They may idolize a person that they initially complained about after telling you all the things that they disliked about this person or how they hurt them. And it could be that you're conscious about your weight. They'll talk about another person at work who looks amazing and used to look like you. Or they'll tell you about the sex life with their ex and how they're still in contact with this person and they want to know what your sex life is like. Or it might be they were out and they bumped into an old ex who wanted to know if you're still happy together as a couple. Triangulation is used for narcissistic supply. The abuser surrounds themselves with or talks about other members of the opposite sex, friends, colleagues, former lovers. They also talk about future lovers. They're creating an illusion of popularity. Triangulation is used to create jealousy and tension, and it's a very specific pattern used to gain control. The abuser uses it to ensure that you're more invested in the relationship than you are invested in yourself. You may be kept away from people that the abuser uses to triangulate you with, and this is partly because they can't risk the two of you talking to each other and realizing that they haven't said or done or been in this place. By manufacturing these situations, your emotions are heightened. You experience jealousy, neediness, rage, anxiety, doubt, insecurity. These are carefully manufactured, and you may have questioned their infidelity. A normal, healthy person would want to make sure that you feel secure in a relationship. They wouldn't want to create a fear within you. If you recognize this pattern in a relationship, please reach out. Look at the patterns in other relationships and see if it's happened before. You might even want to go back to your childhood and have a look there. Remember to stay grounded and in your body while you're doing this. I'll leave details below if you need any help. Remember to set and keep strong boundaries. The emotional abuser, the master manipulator, the narcissist, the person who's high up on that narcissistic spectrum, they use triangulation to manipulate. People who triangulate see others as objects, and this is one reason it's so easy for them to walk away. Triangulation is a common tactic used by people with strong narcissistic traits. You might be wondering if you were the narcissist, and I'm going to put the link of my video in the description box below. Am I a Narcissist? I think it's called. If you were raised in a toxic family unit and triangulation was one of the manipulation tools, it's highly likely that you believe this is normal behavior. But the fact that you're asking these questions, the fact that you want to heal and discover how to heal, should be strong enough proof that you're not. If you found this video helpful in some way, please like and share and consider subscribing to the channel. That one little tiny gesture helps get the content out much further. And don't forget, you can share any comments below. I'm sending you loads and loads of love.